Welcome to A Rare Reality, a podcast powered by Jordan's Guardian Angels. I'm Christina Janes, Director of Outreach and Awareness for JGA, and I am joined today by two incredible advocates. And we are talking all about Rare Disease Week on Capitol Hill. Shannon von Felden, the Senior Director of Advocacy, and Sarita Edwards, Rare Disease Week on Capitol Hill Advocacy Vice Chair. I am so thrilled to spend some time with both of you today. You're doing amazing things. Your bios speak for themselves. So thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
So Shannon, let's start with you. Let's talk a little bit for those who don't know, what is Rare Disease Week and when is it this year?
Yes. So Rare Disease Week is an opportunity for advocates. And we say advocates, really that's anyone. That's patients, it's caregivers, it's family members, anyone who's impacted by rare diseases in some way and wants to make their voice heard. So we invite advocates to join us for Rare Disease Week. This year it is virtual and it's happening February 22nd to March 2nd. And it's an opportunity for advocates to come together as a rare disease community from all across the country to learn about legislative issues that impact the rare disease community, meet others in the community who may have similar or different experiences, and to share their unique stories when they meet with their legislators.
So tell us a little bit about what's planned and how this works. You have a huge agenda for this time period. So talk a little bit about what we're going to see.
Yeah. So when we say Rare Disease Week, we really mean it's a week. In a normal year, we would be here in DC, meeting in downtown DC and on Capitol Hill. This year it's virtual. So all of the same events that we would normally have here in DC will be virtual. So it's really easy for people to attend one or all of our events. Registration is free for anyone in the rare disease community to participate. And it's open at rareadvocates.org/RDW. And the week we start off with the Rare Disease Congressional Caucus briefing and the documentary screening. And then we have 2 days, 2 afternoons of a legislative conference. And that's where we really dive deep into the policies and legislation that we're looking at that are going to have a real impact on the rare disease community. And you can learn more about those and get the most up-to-date, timely information related to those. Before the following week, we schedule meetings for advocates to meet with their legislators virtually. So either with the legislators themselves, your senators and your representative, or their staff. And that happens over Zoom. The Hill has gotten really used to having Zoom meetings, which has been great. It was a little bit of a transition for them to get used to, but now they're doing it. It's business as usual. And we schedule those meetings for the participants. So it's very easy for them to meet with their legislators.
It makes it so simple. You know, it's so funny, this whole new world now of Zoom, but it makes it so great to include everybody in the world too, if you want to be involved. So looking forward to spreading the word about that.
Last year, it was so nice to see how many more people were able to participate because it was virtual. It also, if you're new to it, coming to DC seems like a really big, intimidating thing to do. But I think virtually it makes it a little bit easier, a little less intimidating, a little less overwhelming because we are all used to just jumping onto Zoom calls with one another now.
No kidding. Case in point right here, right?
Yeah.
Sarita, tell me about your experience with Rare Disease Week, because I know that, rare disease is deeply personal to you. So talk about your experience and how this has sort of changed you as well.
So my first experience with Rare Disease Week was in 2021. I have participated with Rare Across America, which is another division of what RDLA does. And so it kind of prepared me for Rare Disease Week. So my very first experience was 2021, the virtual platform, and it was really, really great. It was an opportunity to just further connect with other advocates and have those conversations with legislators or their staffers. For me, I would say it's really given me the confidence to share my story on a larger scale, because you're talking to so many different people. And it's given me kind of that perspective of advocacy and what it really looks like versus just really kind of just talking. You know, a lot of times we find ourselves just talking about our journeys or complaining about what did or didn't happen. In Rare Disease Week, it really gave me a different narrative to our story and how I wanted it presented to other folks. And so it's been a really, really great experience for me personally. And I love participating. I'm super excited for this year.
Oh, I think it's going to be so exciting. And I think it's a true statement when you're talking about it. It gives you the power to be empowered in a lot of ways, to tell your story in your own right. So is that the message for patients and caregivers and those who are listening to this and thinking, okay, is that me? I appreciate the fact that we talk about advocate and what to advocate and being an advocate is, because I think it can be so intimidating. So is that the message for those who are listening to this? Come see, come listen, come share your story.
Yeah, I think it really is. I think, because what I love about Rare Disease Week and really everything that RDLA puts available for advocates, patients, patient advocates, caregivers, is they don't tell you what to say. They take your story and they help you craft it. They help you mold it and develop it so you can share exactly what it is you want to say to other people. And I think that's one of the takeaways that I have, just year after year after year. I have really developed how I want our rare disease journey told. From honestly my experience with Rare Disease Week and other programs. I think advocates may feel intimidated, but there's no reason to. I think the key is really just being genuine and accepting the feedback. It's such an amazing experience. It really is a week that can change your life. It really is.
I love that. So Shannon, talk a little bit about, every year you're obviously looking to grow this experience, change it. What's new this year? Because I'm sure there's a ton that's new.
Yeah, I mean, every year, it evolves and it changes for sure. Last year was our first year doing Rare Disease Week virtually. So that brought the newness of the virtual world to Rare Disease Week. Every year, our topics change because we are trying to make an impact in DC and be timely and as impactful as possible. So our Rare Disease Congressional Caucus briefing is focusing on the FDA's accelerated approval pathway. We show a new documentary screening every year. So this year, our documentary is Do Something, the Jeffrey Modell story about Fred and Vicky Modell's son, Jeffrey, and his diagnostic odyssey with primary immunodeficiency disorder. And we've had, because of the pandemic, and we've pivoted some of our programs. So usually we have a rare artist reception in DC, and we've created a rare artist gallery online so that art can still be viewed by the community and the public. And then, we have fun opportunities. We have a contest for social media. So people who post about Rare Disease Week on social media can win a gift card of their choice. We also have a new program called Share Your Story, Story Bank. And so we ask our community to share their story on the Story Bank. And this is a way for you to share your story with EveryLife and your members of Congress. And if you share your story by March 2nd, you have a chance to win a $1,500 donation to your patient advocacy organization of choice. So a lot of different things going on. We have a scavenger hunt that we created last year as part of transitioning Rare Disease Week to an online virtual platform. And so that's a really fun way to get points for attending the different events and different actions, looking at exhibitor booths and other things. And you enter those codes into the virtual platform. And it was really exciting. Last year, we gave $100,000 to organizations. So the top 50 point earners were able to choose which organization they wanted a donation made to in their name. And so we're going to do that again and give grants between $1,000 and $5,000 to the top 50 point earners organizations of choice. And so we love giving back to the community. And that's a really fun way to make things a little bit more interesting and exciting during Rare Disease Week, and also help the rare disease community at the same time.
I love it. It's so interesting when you talk about rare disease, you're talking about these very small groups of people, right? But the reality is that there's so many people who are involved. This community is growing exponentially on a regular basis. So to bring everybody together is so exciting, since we know we can do so much. There's so much good work happening across the world. So, I guess, is that part of the main goal of Rare Disease Week, is to bring everybody together to make sure that the world sees that there's a lot happening in the rare disease community, even though, small but mighty in some ways?
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. Go ahead, Shannon.
Like you said, there's over 30 million Americans that are impacted by rare diseases. So each rare disease itself is small, but together it sure is large. And I think one of our goals for EveryLife in the Rare Disease Legislative Advocates Program is to be force multipliers. So we want to, bring people together, and we want to give everyone the tools and resources and education so that they know how to make an impact, and then they can go and share that with their own communities, their friends, their family members, the patient organizations that they're really involved in. And so it can go beyond just Rare Disease Week and those, few hundred people that gather, but it can go beyond that.
So much farther. Yes. Sarita, your best advice for someone who's going to join this year for the very first time, what maybe top 2 or 3 things that they should be prepared for and know what to do going forward?
So I would say my top advice is, number 1, be genuine, be super genuine. You don't have to have this, this super gigantic story of your journey. Just come and be your authentic self. Number 2, I would say take advantage of the trainings. RDLA and EveryLife Foundation, they offer a lot of trainings to prepare you for Rare Disease Week and those meetings with Congress. And so I would take advantage of the trainings. Every single one of them, they're free, and they only usually last about an hour. And so it's an opportunity to really learn more about the process before you ever step into it real time. There are some opportunities to practice, the things that you want to say, and you really get that inside knowledge about what to expect when you attend those training webinars. Take advantage of the office hours. Those are opportunities where you can connect with EveryLife and RDLA and ask questions. If you have questions about the process, a lot of times they devote an hour to advocates. They're called office hours, and you can attend those. You don't have to stay the whole hour even. You can come, ask your question, and leave. And so I would say for sure take advantage of the trainings that are available. And then 2, lastly, I would probably say, come ready to change your life. I mean, it really is an empowering experience. It really is. I don't think I was ready the first time that I attended. I think I didn't know what to expect. It really is something that if you give yourself to it, you will leave with more than you came with. It's an opportunity to really build relationships with other advocates. And I think one of you said it, even if it's someone with a different diagnosis than you, you still build those relationships. And so I would say just really be engaged and take advantage of connecting with other folks in the rare disease community.
That's a great message. Shannon, last but not least, how do people get involved? How do we point them in the right direction?
Yeah, so it's as simple as going to our website, rareadvocates.org/RDW. You can register there. You can find the schedule of events there. And so, I encourage everyone to check it out. Also, if you're new to this, I encourage you to participate as much as you can. I know a week is a lot of time to devote to something. And so, I just encourage you to see what you're able to participate in and join us.
I think it's going to be wonderful. We will include all the links in the notes section of the podcast as well, so that everyone will be able to sign up. I appreciate you two so much, and for all the work that you're both doing. I think we're so looking forward to this week. I know our team will be there. Wouldn't miss it for the world. So hopefully we can get more of our families to sign up too. So
awesome.
Thank you for spending some time with us. In case anybody wants to take a listen, this is available on Apple, on Spotify, on Google Podcasts. Also, the full video version of all of our podcasts on jordansguardianangels.org. So thank you both. We look forward to seeing you in the next couple of weeks here for Rare Disease Week. And in the meantime, good luck. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Christina.
All right.
Sarita.